Good afternoon and welcome to our product presentation. Thank you for your coming and thank you also the EPIC team for the amazing organization for this event. I'm Yolanda Stabel. I'm sales engineer at INNOCISE and I will guide you through the presentation today. You might be asking, what is this funny little animal you can see at the slides? Maybe there's someone who knows it and can leave his suggestion in the chat. Okay. So the presentation okay. Hello, welcome to our product presentation. Nice that you are here today. And thank you very much to the EPIC team for this amazing organization for the event. Thanks a lot. I'm Yolanda Stabel. I'm a sales engineer at INNOCISE, and I will guide you today through the product presentation. You might be asking, what has this funny little animal to do you can see at the slide, what has it to do with photonics? A gecko, correct. So I will guide you through the presentation and enlighten you what the role of the gecko is in our company. So for the beginning, I would like to show you a short video about our startup. It should begin in a few seconds.
At INNOCISE, we take on the challenge of handling the most sensitive, tiny, or demanding components. We develop gripping solutions to automate currently impossible or cost-intensive processes. More than 10 years of research at INM, Leibniz Institute for New Materials built the foundation for Gecomer, a bio-inspired technology based on the function of gecko toes. Blending science and engineering, we move parts below 10 microns, pushing the limits of microassembly. Fast, precise, and sustainable. INNOCISE is the next step towards sustainable production. At INNOCISE, we take on the challenge of handling the most sensitive, tiny, or demanding components. We develop gripping solutions to automate currently impossible or costly.
Okay, so now you should hear me. I hope so. Before I go into more detail, the sound is coming now. Okay, so you will hear a sentence 3 times, but now it should work. Yeah, I will go into more detail why we describe ourselves as a next step to sustainable production. But before, I want to outline why the gecko is so important for us and what's his role. So I want to thank the YouTube channel It's Okay to Be Smart for showing this video you will see now. And the gecko is so fascinating because he have the capability to stick to nearly any surface. He can climb on walls, as you can see here, and hanging upside down with almost no effort. He's so strong that he can make this, and he can detach with his fingers and grip again and again and again without energy losses. But how is he doing this? For this, we have a closer look on the gecko feet, and this here you see them on an electron microscope, and you see that there are millions of tiny, tiny little hairs called CT. And if you look closer again, you see again tiny, tiny hairs called spatula. And if the gecko climbs, those tiny, tiny hairs are so close to the molecules of these hair are so close to the molecules of the surface where the gecko climbs that they interact. So how does it work? The atoms of the contact area are so close and to the atoms of the feed from the gecko that there's an attraction between the positive and the negative partial charges of the atoms. These forces are called van der Waals forces. And they are so strong that the gecko can hang upside down on a glass or something else for hours and hours. Yeah, but there's a point where the gecko gets hungry and needs to move again. But how will he do it? Because he sticks so strong. For this, he needs to reduce the van der Waals forces. And to achieve this, he needs to reduce the contact area. This he makes by buckling his tiny, tiny hairs. Then, due to the buckling, he decreased the contact area, and then he can lift up his foot and continue his way to find something to eat. So, INNOCISE has adopted the adhesive properties of the gecko feet in his grippers. And after 2 decades of research, in 2019, the spin off took place. But we are not only making grippers for SMD parts, as it may seem here. The range of our possibilities goes from a few micrometers to a few meters, so a very huge range. But today I will only talk to you about the micro handling, because of course it's the interesting part for the photonics. Yes, so our gripper can look on a very different way, because they can be customized especially for the objects we want to handle and the forces, the attraction forces you need. So, and if you have these grippers, if you can imagine you have a gripper which works only due to contact, to contact, I will show you what kind of possibilities you have with these grippers. For example, it's possible to handle very sensitive objects like optical fibers. Here you can see it on a video. It's a line gripper especially customized for this optical fiber, and we can handle them without changing the polarization orientation. Due to the residue-free and compliant material we use for our grippers, it's possible to handle sensitive parts, for example, microlenses. But of course, we can handle also objects with great dead zones. For example, this complex object here, where you have lots of windows where you cannot grip, but also here it's possible with the Gecomer gripper to lift them up and to place them precisely where you wanted to place them. Now, here comes again a little video. You will see here 3 objects that will be handled with one same gripper. So here the first object, an SMD part. You see here the gripper with 3 Gecko pillars, I call them now. And here now, by the placing, you see the buckling of the pillars to achieve the reducing of the contact area. Now we have an object, an SMD part also, which is 10 times smaller than the SMD part you've seen before. And as you can see, no problem for our gripper. But of course, we can also handle precious objects like these diamonds, which have surfaces who are not always the same, don't look always the same. And also here you can observe the buckling for reducing the contact area. So I will just wait some seconds to be sure that you see the entire video, and then I will go to the next slide. Okay, I think it's okay now. So now I'm talking about a key feature. So we are suitable for vacuum, and this enables, of course, new and innovative application We can achieve a cycle time below 100 milliseconds. We always say that we are as fast as your machine is fast, where our gripper is installed. We are switchable. That means we can adjust our adhesion force up to 2 kilogram per square centimeter. So if you try to find an example, is like you have the area of 1 cent and 1 cent coin lifting up a bottle of 2 liter, a big bottle of water. Yes. And also we are very adaptive, so it means that we can tailor our grippers to your existing system, so you don't need to buy a new plant or to construct a new plant. You simply can buy our tiny grippers and make them in your existing system. So our grippers are made of an elastomer, and due to this, we have a strong Z deconformability, which ensures easy handling, even if the objects we want to handle aren't not 100% flat. Furthermore, we achieve a residue-free smooth handling. We are tailorable, so that means we can customize our gripper to your needs, to the adhesion forces you need, and to the application you need. And last but not least, we offer a very sustainable pick and place process solution because we don't need any external energy supply. So now I'm going to my last slide, and I want to thank you very much for your attention. If you have some question, just leave them in the chat. And if you're interested, just have a look at our booth or contact us directly. Thank you very much.